Right then, evening all.
Hello. Hello.
We've confused so many people because it's Wednesday
Yes.
and we normally do Thursday.
And this is Gloucester calling.
Live from Morgan Towers. Anyway, thanks for joining us on a Wednesday. We've got a busy weekend ahead, so we decided to do it on. Well, we can't do it tomorrow night because we're busy, aren't we, Pauline?
We are.
So, and we've got a very exciting weekend coming up, which we're going to share with you shortly. And we'll be here to answer any of your cruise and travel questions.
As long as we know the answer.
Well, yes.
Because we don't want to promise things that we can't deliver on. We will answer all your cruise questions as long as we know the answer. But if we don't, we have got so many smart people in the chat. They'll be able to help you out.
Our community is amazing.
We're almost obsolete.
Right then, so let's have a look. So lovely to see. Whenever I go on to, we use a streaming platform called StreamYard, and whenever I go on, obviously I set up the live, etc. But when I go on to see about sort of 15-20 minutes before, just to check that everything's working, it's just so lovely to see already everyone in the comments, isn't it? Just chatting amongst themselves and having a damn right time. So let's have a look here who we've got. So first in today was Kevin Austin. So lovely to see Kevin from Calgary and Canada.
Hello.
And he quite rightly says, if you've got any questions for us, please do start it with a question, because as we've said, it moves so fast and just helps us see what you're asking.
And when Carl says that, she means her, because she's in charge of the little mouse. So I got no control at all.
Well, you have got a little bit of control, haven't you? Just not over the comments. And Kevin B's here. Yo, fellow PNCers. Yeah, I can't do it. What am I doing with my hands?
So you did dinosaur, did you?
Yeah, little dinosaur.
Yeah, you were definitely down with the kids.
So Jackie was an hour early as well, patiently waiting for Paul and Carole Live. Hi, PNC. Hi, Jackie.
Hello, Jackie.
Always lovely to see you here. Corinne saying she can't join us at 7, but might catch you if there's any overtime after 8.
I don't even know why you're giving her a mention. We'll mention when it's 8 o'clock. Somebody remind us to mention Corinne.
So it's interesting seeing people's comments about the time change, because obviously we've gone back to our GMT, so Greenwich Mean Time in the UK. So, but it's obviously, and then I know Canada has a change of time as well this week, I believe, or is it next week? And then Australia had a time change. So it's all very confusing with times. But anyway, it's always going to be 7 o'clock for our lives, so that you know. So you just have to work it out wherever you are in the world, and it's just amazing to see everyone, isn't it, from around the world.
It is. And I've officially, when I said I was obsolete, I have now officially made myself obsolete, because foolishly, the last job in the house, which Carole didn't know how to do, was alter the clock on the cooker. And I taught her how to do it on the weekend, so I might as well just pack my bags and get out. Oh, you forgot already. Oh, I can still say
I still need you.
I can still say.
I still need you. Oh, dear. So Nick and Tracy here. So hey everyone. So have you seen Nick and Tracy? And yes, so Nick's just saying about our time going back. It is depressing because by 5:30 at night now it's dark, isn't it? So winter's on its way. But yeah, so that is a bit depressing. Yes, Jackie's saying in Canada it's still this weekend after Halloween. Strange things. It is strange. The time change. Why don't they just keep it all the same? But anyway, that is how it is. So let's
around the world. Everybody be on
We're
the
not
same
around
time.
the world. No, because that would be impossible.
As long as we can have the one where our daytime is in the daytime.
Exactly. So let's have a look to the first question. So Mark and Sheila's here. So lovely to see Mark and Sheila. And Gillian's here too. And Mark's got a question. Right, got a quote for a cruise on Holland America Nordam cruise, which we're considering. Some practical questions as it's a long cruise. Okay, so I guess there's part 2 of this. So let's have a look. Yes, there it is. So is there a laundry on board?
No.
Line in the shower? Yes. Shower curtain? Yes. Knowing you've been on your sister ship, Houston, we thought you might have the answers. Well, we do. Laundry.
We just told them.
Laundry wise, Paul has literally just updated the Holland America. Our website's full of useful information, and we have a lot of laundry costs, We've got lots of drink costs. We've got lots of spa costs and lots more information on this. So you make sure you do check out paulandcarolelove2travel.com and you'll find a lot of information there. But I know Paul was doing it, and we had our notes earlier, weren't it, when you were updating the post?
I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to make him go and have a look.
What we have done, Mark, is on our Holland America cruises, and we're actually Holland America are probably one of the cheapest for laundry, aren't they?
Very good.
For their packages, as in for bags and for 7-day or sort of up to 15-day packages. So I don't know if you want to reveal how much they would be.
Just to condense it down to not to make it too boring, but they do where you can shove as much clothes in a bag as humanly possible. And they encourage you, they challenge you to get as much in there as you possibly can. And then Carole's going to interfere now, but she's not going to tell me about Morgan's tip until after I finish talking.
Exactly.
I even know how she's like, I hear the inches. That's interrupting time. That's $35 as much as you can get in a bag, and that's wash and fold. If you want unlimited laundry service, it works out, and that's wash and fold at $9 a day. But you'd have to do it on a week or 2 weeks or whatever basis. And then if you just want fold only, it's $5 a day. So there's an option there for everybody, but it says 48-hour turnaround. We put two lots of laundry in, or one lot of laundry in?
One on the week's cruise.
And it was back well within 48 hours.
Obviously, if you book a suite, so when we had our Neptune suite on Coningsdam, which was amazing. And if you want to know about Neptune Suites, we've got all that information obviously on our website too. Then obviously that's all complimentary. So it does depend on the grade of cabin.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's going back to Morgan's video. He showed how to pack in a particular way, and I always forget his channel.
Morgan's Very Unofficial Adventures.
Yeah, so how to get as much as you can in a laundry
bag. Not
bag.
Packing, but how to
pack as much into the laundry bag.
Yes.
And the more that we're traveling, the less that we're packing, and the more that we are using laundry. And it's been working out great, hasn't it?
It's good value, which the last two cruises we've been on have been good value.
Yes, exactly that. So hopefully that answers your question, Mark. And this is a good time to come in, actually, because we've had some new videos, obviously, on our YouTube channel in the last week. And one of them, let me get rid of Mark's comment there. Where's it gone? Gosh, I've lost them already. There it is.
That one highlighted?
Exactly. So if you look here, you'll see that on our channel, we've got two now videos of cabins. We've got an inside cabin here, and we've also got our balcony cabin. So go and check those out, because it is the sister ship to Nordam. And we've got, obviously, if you haven't talked about videos, I may as well show you these now. Our episode 3 is out of our Oosterdam, where we visited Malta, which was an amazing couple of days, wasn't it, Paulie?
It was.
And this Friday, which is 2 days' time, then we talk about and show you exactly what we get up to on a sea day, and because a lot of people say, oh, Holland America are boring. So are they? Watch our video on Friday to find out.
And is a sea day boring?
So there we are. So that's our videos that you can see there. So hopefully that should be helpful, Mark and Sheila, for all your information. So let's see. So Ken goes cruising here. So Ken and Lindsay, love to see you guys. Ken. So many people. Rose.
Best of luck for tonight, Ken. I don't mean that at all.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
What's that to do with?
Ken's a Man City fan.
Is he?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
I've got a feel about 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, football after this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so let's have a look. Who's got the next question? Jim and Dwayne saying that they've remembered it's on a different night. Yeah, sorry to mix it up. We try and keep it to a Thursday when we can, but obviously it's not always possible. And we don't want to miss out with chatting with you lovely people. So that's why we always try and do it whenever we can. So Google Claire's here. So lovely to see lovely people. Claire. So, and Jerry Capstick. So let's have a look.
Evening, Jerry.
And Reese. Gosh, so many people. Reese. So, Andy and Carla are asking, Pierre has some really good deals on at the moment for late 2026, 2027. Are you looking at one of those for the next group cruise?
No.
We haven't been looking at P&O for our group cruises. We've got some very quirky ideas to do with our group cruises, which we've already shared with our sweet tier patrons on our Zoom calls, and which we'll be sharing with the rest of our patrons on our members live on the 13th of November. And we want to gauge some interesting discussions. So we'll be having discussions with you, Carole and Andy, and looking at all different options. We never rule anything out.
Never. Now, what I will say, in slightly interrupting, is if we did, I wouldn't say P&O is not on the table, because that's not the case. Everything's on the table to a degree. But if we were to do P&O, it would definitely be on one of the older, smaller ships like Aurora.
Yeah, I think so.
It certainly wouldn't be on Arvia or
Iona. Yeah. So, yeah. Totally. So yes, so we always looking at P&O because they do some great value, don't they? We haven't booked as far. We're tentatively looking at 2026. Haven't even thought about 2027. We're trying to put together quite an epic trip in 2026 early in the year, aren't we? We're hoping to get back to Australia and go to New Zealand is the plan for then. We're doing Asia in 2025. We like to go away for winter, don't we? Somewhere a little bit warmer. But certainly we will be discussing more on our members live. So let's have a look. So many people here. Have you seen? Reese is just saying, from Catherine, have you seen the Northern Lights on a cruise? And if so, did you see them okay without having to use a camera?
We did see the Northern Lights when we did a Morella cruise. We love Morella, and they used to cruise out of the UK. Why they don't do that, I don't know. But we did a Morella cruise on the Discovery called Seeking the Northern Lights, which I like that, because being in the motor trade, there's always a bit of trade in standards while this is not described. Yes. But if you say Seeking the Northern Lights, while we sought them, we didn't find them. But as it turned out, we sought them, and we had 4/5 days of fabulous Northern Lights. We did. The first one, it was really comical actually, because the captain said, if I see any evidence of the Northern Lights, obviously I will put it over the tannoy, and I will put it over at any time, so that people, if you want to be notified in the night, make sure you have that turned on your cabins, but there were facilities to turn it off. Now, we were sat watching a fabulous singer in the live lounge, weren't we? Called Alex Hunt. Yes, it was fantastic. And all of a sudden, the captain made an announcement saying, Northern Lights spotted on the starboard side. Wow, oh my God. It was like something out of it was mad, wasn't it? It was like a carry-on film. It was ill-advised, really. And what I felt sorry for Alex, because as anybody who's been on a cruise will know, when the captain makes an announcement, he's got a button, and that turns every single microphone off in the whole of the ship. So he was like... So yeah, and then everybody, and my sister broke her shoe, and Jan didn't break her shoe. I broke my sandals. Oh, broke your shoe. Oh yeah. And then we got up there. Paul obviously just sat there, as you did. Paul and his dad just sat there. Me and Jan was like, oh my gosh. Whatever. So I ran with the crowds to go out onto the promenade deck, and my sandal split, and there was people. It was quite aggressive. Everyone getting out there. I thought, this is just bad. And what was it like when you got out there? Well, it wasn't very good. No. You could just see them with the next day. It was awesome. Yeah, you could just see them with the naked eye, which you were asking. Just this sort of greenish shoe. But the next day, actually, with the naked eye, it was pretty impressive right on the top of the ship. And the beautiful thing about doing a Northern Lights cruise is you're totally away from all the light pollution that you get obviously on land. So cruising to see the Northern Lights can be really spectacular. And obviously they turn off when they can all the lights on the ship. And it's spectacular. So yes, and we would definitely do another one. Yes. I'm already looking for another cold cruise, aren't I? Pause. I want to get back go to the Arctic. I want to go to Iceland. I want to go to Greenland. I want to do some more Northern Lights. So we're constantly looking, aren't we, for right itineraries, but we can't seem to be. We're not getting much luck, are we, about finding cruises that tick all our boxes? So the search continues. So Craig says, so let's see, Craig, can you get stickers in the shop, the luggage ones? We've got our luggage labels in our shop. So what do you mean by that? You know, the luggage labels that like a big key ring. The ones we got on our suitcase. Yes, we've got some in there. Stickers we don't. I give out the stickers obviously to when we send our giveaways out, and our all our birthday cards and stuff for our members. So Amanda's in the house, and Richard, so lovely to see you.
Steve, Alive the Park says, I'm stuck at the office because of the M5 closure. So watching
M25.
M25. Oh, okay. So well, hopefully you'll get home okay. So Mike and Carrie here. Hello from Mike in North Carolina. 75 and sunny right now.
Ooh,
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
And Diane says she's from Alberta, just returned from Eurodam, Panama. Nice. Panama Canal cruise is on our to-do list. Gary Bembridge is doing another group cruise, and he's doing the Panama Canal. But the dates don't fit because it's when we want to go to New Zealand, isn't it? So which is a shame. So Kevin's saying Carole the T-Rex.
Yes.
Mandy's saying hello, me darlings. So and Nat's here. Oh, Nat's here. Hi from the greenhouse. So lovely to see you. Was very confused by Wednesday. Yes, lots of people are. So so sorry about that.
But it doesn't take a lot to confuse our family, does it? Now, let's face it.
Jerry's asking, has Paul mastered his handheld sewing machine yet?
No, that's never coming out ever again, Jerry.
Do you know?
I'd rather fly to Thailand and get the bloke who made my waistcoat do my sewing. That's how.
Oh my God.
It was like 14 quid or something. I thought, well, what's the worst? How bad can it be? And the answer is bad. They might as well have just sent the box. That would have just been as useful.
The problem was, if it had been a simple alteration on our clown trousers, I suppose then it would have been fine. But on our clown trousers, there was a rim, like a metal wire through them to make them obviously big and round. So for those that don't know, we went to a Halloween party on Saturday and had a great time at our one of our best friends, Kate, who makes my lovely travel bags, and had a brilliant night, didn't we? But we dressed as killer clowns. So that was what Paul was trying to I should have attached a picture. If not, if you're on Facebook or our social media, then it's on there.
I did it by hand, Jerry. I went old school.
You did. So basically, as you can imagine, the language was very colourful. In the end, I'm like, mate, just stop it. Just put it down. So, but when I was practicing on my own without Mr. Angry, actually it works if you've got in a straight line. If you didn't have that hoop, I think it would have been quite good. So it may well see the light of day again. We'll let you know.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Claire saying, oh, Jerry Caps, you're a brave man. Gillian's asking, are you watching Spurs later?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
It's got to the point now where Carole hates watching the football, and it's sort of becoming like that for me, really. Because it's just, I know that they're going to let me down tonight. They should. Man City is going to put their youth team out. And instead of going big and putting our best team out, we'll make loads of changes. And it's a cup game. And it's a cup that we could possibly win if we put a decent side out. It's not the final, obviously, but Man City is going to be one of the favourites to win it, as they are the best team in the league, probably.
We'll see.
Enough about that, anyway.
Dave's here. Hey, all.
Hi, Dave.
So Mark's asking, have you ever had a last-minute bargain? I'm told it's better to wait till the very last minute, but I've never seen any real bargains.
No, but yes, but no. When Carole was still working, I've told this story before and I apologise. When Carole was still working, there was a Silver Seas cruise.
Yeah. And
if you could go at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, this was 4 years ago or whatever, it was £1,000 a person. Yeah. It should have been nearer to £5,000 a person. And it was one of them ones, if you could just drop everything and go. We've never seen anything that good to this day. Yeah. But I can tell you that if you go on to Morella's website and you keep scanning on there, they do drop their prices quite considerably if it's close to when you're cruising. But obviously it's just having the flexibility to say, right, well, we can go the day after tomorrow or in a week's time.
Which we do have now. Yeah. For the last 3 years, we've been planning lots of cruises. Yeah. But we've actually really now, there is a Silver Sea cruise that we've looked at that we've seen for next year that we like. But it's a little bit above our budget. Or a lot
about £5,000 above our budget.
So we're watching. So we're starting to do a lot of watching of to do more last minute cruises. Now, last minute cruises are great as long as you don't mind what cabin you have. aren't too fussy about your accommodation, because obviously what comes with last minute is all the cabins that haven't been sold. So they could be in the most obscure places or in places where the ship moves a lot. So last minute cruises can be great, but you need to still do your research and find out if it's the thing for you.
That's the pitfalls. The pitfalls are you might not get the cabin you want, and also depending on where the cruise is going, excursions, because obviously excursions go on sale months in advance, and if it's a cruise line which is becoming more and more prevalent. So some cruise lines, you have to book entertainment, you have to book specialty dining. All this has to be done in advance on some cruise lines. Yeah. Well, if you're going a week before, the chances are everything you're interested in is going to be sold out. And obviously you won't know that until you book the cruise, because you can't, there's nowhere you can go think, right, well, I'm going to do so-and-so cruise next Wednesday. Let's see what excursions are still available. Because the first thing you have to do is put your booking number in and the date of your cruise. And then all that is revealed. But to get that, and obviously you can't pay a deposit. You have to pay in full. You have to make sure all your paperwork's up together, because there's no
right visas,
visas if you need visas and stuff like that. So there is pros and cons, but obviously the big pro is saving money, saving a load of wonga.
But so it is.
But watch this space, because for 3 years, Carole's been saying, "Oh, we're going to do so many last minute cruises, mate. It's going to be great." We haven't done any.
3 years. Next 2025, maybe the day, maybe the year. Right. So Keith's here, Rock Doc. As I say, winter draws are on. Winter draws on. So Ken's also asking, I think you've answered that, haven't you, about the football? So Richard's asking, thinking of doing a Virgin Resilient Lady next year. I'm 60 and the other half 67. Is it party central all the time? No.
How long is the cruise? If it's a 3 or 4 day cruise, it'll just be bonkers the whole time. And if it's going out the UK, it'll be bonkers the whole time. But they've done it. They do real long cruises, but slightly longer stuff, I think, would be less mad. Yeah. But the consensus are we've done 2. We know
they were short.
We know that other bloggers that we know have recently done another Virgin cruise, which was short, and it was just like full on. For 3
days. There are places on a Virgin ship where you can escape that. So so it's not party all the time, but obviously there is a lot of partying to do if you want it. So good point about the length of cruise.
Yes.
Tina's asking about any more offers on the KTAL site. Have you got your eye on anything else?
No, nothing at the moment.
Bought a buttoneer yet?
No, I haven't bought a buttoneer, no. But after the handheld sewing machine debacle, I don't think I'll be rushing out anytime soon.
Kevin's kindly sharing our Holland America info. So thank you, Kevin. He's sharing our links to our website. So really, really appreciate that. So Julie's asking, hi guys, we're off to the Back of Beyond on Sunday to keep our dogs away from fireworks. Can Paul remember what sides they had? Or do I need to stock up on Thatcher's Haze? The campsite in Dorset, Back of Beyond.
What did you think that was the name of the
as soon as I seen Beyond, I went straight to Celebrity Beyond.
The Back of Beyond did have a decent selection of ciders, as I recall, because I was drinking cider, but it wasn't Thatcher's.
Nat's in the chat as well.
Yeah, Nat might be.
Nat now, so do you remember?
But yes, they have got cider. It was a decent cider because I drank it on most nights, and they also have a happy hour.
Yes.
Every evening. And they also have a food van, and it rotates. So it between, like, they had a Thai one, they had a pizza one,
fish and chips,
and something like burgers.
It's a great site. It's a really good site.
So fairly confident they didn't have Thatcher's, but they did have some decent cider.
Yeah.
Sort of locally type things, as I recall.
So have a great time.
Yeah.
Kim's asking, when is our next cruise ship? Where and we like to go? Well, nothing booked at the moment until, we're just finalising our plans, aren't we, for February for our Asia trip. We've not got anything booked in November. We're actually off to Warner's. We're taking Paul's dad and brother and sister. We're not taking them, we're going with them to Warner's.
We're packing them all in our car.
to Warner's, which we think is sort of a bit like a cruise ship on land, isn't it? And we're also off to Belfast. I haven't seen if Johnny and Will are in the chat here. So we are off to Belfast this weekend, and it made us laugh out loud because we've got a little WhatsApp group with Johnny and Will because they're just lovely people and good friends, and they've made this official itinerary called the Belfast Weekender, haven't they?
Yeah.
With all these different things that we're going to be doing over a Friday, Saturday,
Pictures
Sunday.
of food and all sorts. Oh, I'm so excited.
So and it looks a fabulous itinerary with lots and lots to do in Belfast.
But obviously we will be blogging this itinerary.
I think
if it's bad, you know.
No, we weren't going to. We're just going to go and have a chill. I said it looks like we're going to be doing so much fun stuff. We ought to take the GoPro, so that's what I'm going to do. So so let's have a look. Going back to Julie about cruises, we've got our group cruise in May next year, and we've got our Patreon group cruise in April of 2026. But we have got some tentative plans for December. But we can't make. There's a few cruises we can't make decide what we want to do.
No.
So, but as soon as we know, we'll let you know.
Maybe it'd be a last minute one.
Well, it could well be. So Craig is asking, does the QM2 always arrive at the same port in NYC? Trying to work out the best New York airport to return to UK from. I'm aware, it goes to the one in Brooklyn. It doesn't go up the Hudson River to the one that's by Pier 88. That's where Princess Cruises and I believe NCL go. And when we were on Queen Mary, I'm pretty sure, and I know Kevin Benners is in the chat. Hopefully, if you're still here, then, and what's the name of the terminal in Brooklyn?
Isn't it called like Brooklyn?
But that's where we went from, and from what I gather from what I've read and from what people, I don't recall that Cunard go to any other terminal. So hopefully that's answering your questions. Mandy's just saying she's struggling to choose excursions for Antigua and Dominica. Do you ever struggle to decide what to do when you're on land from a cruise? Sometimes, often if we go into a port for the first time, we like to explore on foot just to see what's in the general vicinity, because we always get asked questions like, you know, what is there to do by the cruise port, etc., etc. Once we've been to a port once or twice, then we look at obviously doing excursions, or if it's somewhere like Alaska, then we would always book, if it's going to be a cruise where we think, actually, are we likely to go back, or are we going to be lucky enough to go back? So often excursions for us rely on the price, because some cruise lines excursions are just crazy. Bananas. So we do look at doing some independent tours, and I think you just need to be conscious of being back on time for the ship. But it is difficult. It's, you know, what do you want to do? And often, you know, we like a bit of history, but lots of excursions do loads and loads of history, don't they? And for us, that always doesn't tick the box. We like a little bit, but we don't want to be a whole day.
We like to mix it up.
We do. So, and sometimes we like to just do a beach transfer or something like that.
Does it leave the ship at 6:45 in the morning? Cross that one straight off.
Well, see, I like to drag Paul out of bed because then we got the rest of the day. So it is a struggle sometimes. But it's just, you know, what's your preference, isn't it? So Karen's asking, if you fly out of Gatwick, can you recommend a hotel with car parking whilst you're away? We went from Gatwick. We stayed on our website. Let me just double check.
Las Vegas, wasn't it?
It was to Las Vegas. I'm just trying to think of here. Let me just, excuse me while I'm...
I know the one we stayed at. We parked there overnight, and then we had to drive in and park. So it's not a park and stay type thing. I know Heathrow is more sort of park and stay friendly, but I can't remember. She's just looking at our website now. Good job, Sarah.
We've stayed. It was the Premier Inn. Yeah, it was the Premier Inn, Manor Royal, Gatwick Airport, wasn't it? And then, yeah, the Manor. And we've stayed at the Sofitel before at Gatwick. But I think we don't go from Gatwick often, do we?
No.
So, because it's too far, it's the other end of the country for us. It's
another good
to get to.
tip is if you go onto Holiday Extras, and it'll come up and it'll ask you what you want. And if you put park and stay and the airport you're going from, it'll give you park and stay options. Or if you just want a stay option, it'll give you that. So like we did, we had a stay and then we parked independently because that proved to be the cheapest way to do it.
We like Holiday Extras. Holiday Extras are good too because they if you, for whatever reason, you have an issue and you don't go, or you have to change your plans, then you can just move it. and that's why we like that. Craig's just saying, Carole must be working hard. There's been loads of vlogs recently. Yes, I have. I've been really enjoying. There's nothing better than when you've had a brilliant cruise. Just editing the vlogs is just joyful. When your cruise hasn't been so good, I find that quite painful. It's because it's just reliving things that didn't go quite right.
Relive the pain.
But obviously, Amsterdam is out at the moment, and I'm so looking forward to sharing the Royal Clipper as well.
Yes.
So that's going to be the next one. Morris has got a day off tomorrow, so I can have a beer while watching. Well, cheers, Morris.
Lovely.
And Andy and Carla said, I agree, we're going on the small P&O ships. Yeah, Aurora, we loved Aurora. And for those that don't know, we've got a vlog series about that. Lovely little ship. So, yeah, definitely.
I have to start whistling, mate, when you're reading stuff.
Sorry. Lee's just asking, can I ask you, booked with Asia? Was hoping Morella would do Asia again. We're just, we're in the final throes of doing the last part. So that will be, we'll let you know, Lee. But until it's all in stone, I don't want to share. Because then someone will say, oh, you said you were going here to Asia on there. And I don't want to say that, when it could well change. Because
yes, I do agree with you
about Morella.
Dropping Asia was very disappointing.
Well, and they pulled out for their USA, haven't they? Which is a real shame. And from the UK.
I don't know what their thoughts are behind that.
But they do some fantastic, and also Morella Discovery is heading to Cyprus and doing some adult only cruises. So they do have some great options, but sadly, like you say, a bit frustrating about that. So, Hawks Travel, Jim and Dwayne, what's your top 5 things to do in Malta? Malta looks beautiful. Defo no on our wish list. We had a great day exploring Valletta, a beautiful, beautiful city. We got the lift from about a 10-minute walk. Well, watch our vlog and you'll see, guys, that we took about a 10-minute walk and got the lift. The Baraka lift.
So the upshot is we self-toured on day 1. Yeah. It was seriously hot, but when you get up to the top of, after you've gone up this lift, because it's set right up on top of the hill in Malta, it's fabulous, isn't it?
It is.
There's loads of
restaurants,
shops,
loads of bars, shops, lots of history. So if you're into history, there's loads, isn't there, in Malta?
But what we didn't have time to do, which needs to be done on our return, is there's a place called Medina.
Yeah.
And that's like a walled city, which is like packed with history dating back thousands and thousands of years.
And it used to be the capital of Malta.
It used to be the capital, yeah. So you need to head out that way and look at that. We did a bus tour, just a general sort of whistle-stop tour of the island and took in some sights, but we only drove past Medina. So,
there's also Slima, and there's also St. Julian's that you can have a look around. There's also St. Paul's Bay. There's so much to do in Malta, and it's such a small island, it's easy to go to. There's also, we wish we were there for more days, because I wanted to get on the ferry to go over to Gozo. So there's loads of things to do in Malta. So do check out our vlog if you haven't already. But we would definitely do want to go back to Malta, don't we, to do more. So Jerry's just saying, if Morella said at the UK, I do think they would be booked out season after season. I totally agree. We like Morella too. Morris is saying that he's used the Hilton at Gatwick, really good service at the restaurant. So that's good to know. So thank you for that. Let's have a look. Nick and Tracy saying, any update or review on the BG, the bum gun? Always been quiet of late. Do you know, trying to get a plumber has been an absolute nightmare. So we are working on it.
But we want somebody we can trust or comes with recommendations. My boy sort of works in the trade. He's not a plumber, but he works where he gets involved in plumbers, and he said he can't even get them to do anything at his house, let alone ours. So we've got some friends who are having building work done. They've got a plumber, which they're loath to share with us, but they said they're going to ask him. So it's not a big job, but it's certainly not anything that I would undertake.
No, definitely not. So Kevin's here saying, good to see you. Just home from a week in Poland, followed by a 7-night wine lovers cruise on the Danube. Lovely. We're looking at river cruises, aren't we, Paulie? Because we've done 3 now and loved all of them for varying reasons. We've done TUI, Avalon, and Emma Waterway. So definitely next year there is a river cruise in our future, isn't there, Paulie? Sandra's here. Hey, Sandra. Sandra's all the way in by Melbourne in Australia. So lovely to see you here. So Oh, Heather saying hello from a blustery, humid Kansas City. Talk of tornadoes this afternoon.
Ooh, you know
Oh,
what happened last time? That house went up, didn't
it
it?
did,
I mean,
yeah.
it came down.
Dorothy
It was over the
shoes.
rainbow. Oh,
Exactly.
that don't happen to you,
Well,
Heather.
take care, Heather. So Heather's asked a question in the comments about Martinique. We've not been there, Heather, so hopefully someone will be able to see that and answer that for you. And Christy's here. So lovely to see Christy from Alabama finally made it up.
Hi, y'all.
Yes. Lovely to see you. And say hi to Ken. Yeah, but no, but Morris is saying, yeah. Difficult. I don't, do you know, people say, oh, why don't you just say what we do? And I don't, but we've had it before when we get loads of flack saying, well, you said you were doing this, you said you were doing that. So until our plans are final and actually in stone, we don't share them. So, so that's how it is.
But it is about 95% of our writing.
Yes.
But we're still not telling you.
No, it is nearly
We'll tell you
there.
nearer the time, don't worry.
So Ash at Sea saying, have you been on considered ambassador? Or they're not the best rated. I've heard good things. We've heard lots of good things about ambassador, and we are definitely interested in doing it. We want to cruise out of Bristol, and I've just been watching Johnny and Will. Actually, have got they've been on ambassador, so do check out their vlogs.
Yes.
So
Travels with Johnny and Will on the YouTube.
And Mark saying, Sheila says, oh my God, just seen your photos of you as killer clowns, great costumes. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, lots of people saying about Morella, shame they don't go at the UK. Yeah, and it was great. It was perfect for your dad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolute perfect ship for your dad, and it was such a shame. So Sue Wills has said, good to see you. Just back from Queen Anne Northern Lights cruise. Did not see much of them. Queen Anne, very nice ship, but not impressed with Cunard. Celebrity, much better. So I'm sad you didn't see Northern Lights. So that is disappointing, isn't it, when you've booked. Just Pamela saying hello from Canada. So hello there.
Hello.
JBM Travel said, have you been on Regency Seven Seas cruises? In our dreams, it's way over our budget. I mean, it's crazy price, isn't it, Regent? But it's supposed to be the creme de la creme of cruising.
But once it comes down to £100 a night, including drinks, we're going to be all over it.
Which will never happen.
That's for both of us, mate, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. So Jeff's here. Hi from Ohio. Hello there.
Hiya,
Jeff and Bob. Question, love Paul's t-shirt. Any plans to go to Disney Park? Well, do you know how old? Guess how old this shirt is in the comments. Let's see if anyone's going to guess how old. Do you want to stand up and do nicely modeled by Paulie Morgan? So let's go right to the bottom and see if anyone's put the right number.
Well, they ain't going to put it yet, are they? Because you only just asked about 3 seconds ago. Got such an
itchy nose. Yeah. So anyway, we'll come back to that. But anyway, so we were going to tell you a bit of story about this t-shirt, weren't you? Well, so basically, it was
well, I can't tell them a story yet because obviously you just asked them a question. Okay. So we'll come back to that story.
But any plans to go to some Disney parks? Yes.
Yes.
We haven't been to Disney. Well, we can't say for a long time, and we are planning a trip to California next year.
We can say we haven't been to Disney since 2003. But we have been more than once.
Yes, good. That's yes, well done. So we're planning a trip to California and Canada next October time, and we've got a Disney park in the schedule, haven't we, Paulie? So that's going to be a lot of fun because we haven't been to Disney, like I say, for a long time. Right, lots of people doing.
Just go back to JBM Travels because we can answer that question.
Are there dog cruises?
So, JBM Travels, if you go onto our website, Paul and Carole Love to Travel, our lovely niece, in conjunction with our lovely niece Natalie Green, who's in the chat tonight, and she is a veterinary nurse. We've put, when I say in conjunction, she did it. We put a post together about cruising with dogs. So once you finished here and watch the Spurs Man City game, head over to our website and have a read all about it.
Exactly. Jerry's just saying, will you put that handheld sewing machine on the next giveaway as a booby prize? Yeah, we do giveaways on our lives with our patrons and members. And we always do a giveaway of one prize for everyone that wants to apply for it via an email. And then we always actually, during the live, give a second prize. So that's a good idea, and a booby prize.
Yeah.
Oh. Sheila's answering the question about Martinique. So thank you, Sheila, for that. JP, can you please let the new people who just joined the live know what you do?
I don't do anything. I'm just the eye candy of Paul and Carole Love to Travel.
Paul does a little bit of car business. So
I'm a car dealer. I've been in the motor trade for 33 years.
Yes.
33 years.
Yeah.
I just do work from home, buy and sell. In between, don't start this.
I'm not.
You just keep doing the scrolling.
No, I'm saying he's been working really hard. We're just our next newsletter. If you haven't signed up, make sure you're signed up for our newsletter, because our next newsletter, I'm just going to finish it off after this live and schedule it to go out in the morning. And Paul's helped put together 9 posts. So he's been busy, and he's also helped me do the newsletter because I've been busy editing.
I got paid nothing.
I think you do all right. It's Cruise Life saying Belfast is great, Shankill Prison is great if you can fit it in. I'm not sure if that's on our itinerary, but I'm sure we've got so much booked, so it should be good. What is better for a cruise, Portsmouth or Southampton? Both great cities. Portsmouth is a fabulous city, great food, great drinking, great history, and Southampton's the same. So for me, it would be just, is that cruise the right one for you that's going from there? I think what's with Portsmouth is actually nice is it's so close when you go out, isn't it? The city actually is so close. I know Southampton is, but it can be a little bit.
So almost like what Carole's trying to say is when you set sail, it's almost like you're going down a river before you go out into the open sea.
And if you're in Portsmouth watching the cruise ships, you feel like they're really close, much closer than they are in Southampton. Sheila's saying Red Hook in Brooklyn. That's it. Thank you, Sheila.
And then
Kevin B said, yes, it's Red Hook in Brooklyn. JFK is the best bet. So Kevin lives in New York. So he's great advice there. So JFK rather than Newark is a better airport for you. So thank you so much. And Jen K said the same. So someone asked about Lanzarote. We haven't cruised to Lanzarote yet, have we, Pauline?
No.
So Janice is saying she did a stingray swim at Stingray City. We've done that, haven't we?
We did, yeah.
And that was in Antigua.
We did, and it renewed your faith in human nature when some insert swearing here tried using one of the stingrays as a surfboard. I just don't know what's wrong with these people. They're just not wired up.
Most people were very respectful because you don't want to, stingrays can kill. So, and we were taught very much how to do it. So people were just jumping on this platform and they said, please don't jump on the platform. And they were trying to jump on the backs of
this one person. He had a massive stingray around his feet and he tried standing on it in the hope that he was going to be like some sort of surfer dude.
But anyway, so let's see. Man saying, let's see these thumbs up, people. Yes, if you enjoy our live stream, please make sure you give us a thumbs up. That would be lovely. And Kevin's just saying, yes, the hotel that we stayed in is in our England hotels on our website. So if you also just search Gatwick in our search bar, that'll be fine. Jay Gates said they're off on a cruise this weekend, so that's exciting. So let's have a look. We're a few days after a cruise. Maxine's asking, we're a few days after our cruise arrived in Southampton. What do you recommend?
If you're intending to stay in Southampton and not go further afield, tons of great restaurants, depending on what your tastes are. Fabulous tapas place called La Regatta, which is a fabulous tapas place. There's also a really, really good Indian on the high street called Coriander, which I would highly recommend. There's also one of the most haunted pubs in England, I believe, on the high street as well. Is it the Red Lion?
Yes, I think it's the Red Lion. Very creepy.
Carole won't even go to the toilet on her own when we go to that pub.
I don't like it because it's really, really creepy. They used to have a parrot in there, but the parrot's now gone, isn't it?
Why is it?
Well, but you go up and past these what do you call those? Armor.
Suits of armor.
And the ladies is right upstairs and right towards the back, and it's really eerie and creepy. So yeah, I do find it a little bit spooky. But yeah, lots to do, lots of history. You can do some fabulous walking tours, the history of Southampton. You could actually go and get the ferry across to the Isle of Wight, which is nice to do. You could take a day trip out to Portsmouth. So there's loads to do in Southampton. So, like I say, some great pubs, and just sit and watch the cruise ships come in and out, which is one of our things that I like doing, isn't it? I do a little bit of. People are asking, Paul, do you ever edit the vlogs? No, I do all the editing of the vlogs.
If I edited the vlogs, they'd either be about 8 seconds long or 8 days long, because I wouldn't be able to work out how to do it. But what I will say is when we very, very, very first started, I did try to do the editing at the very beginning, if you remember, when we had iMovie on an iPad. And that was it was as short-lived as the handheld sewing machine.
It was. Paul's patience isn't.
I used to be impatient, and I'm not even that good anymore.
So, but he's really getting really good at writing posts, aren't you, for the website? And are you actually finding that quite interesting, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I am.
Yeah, you are.
I was just reading that. So
Michelle's asking a question going on Iona in a couple of weeks. Any tips? Get to the Keys for some fantastic food.
Food in the Keys, which is FOC at the moment, but you never know with cruise lines, you know. The smiling assassin, Paul Ludlow, might make you start paying. I don't know. But they got a fabulous chip and fish shop.
Yeah.
They've got an Asian fusion, and they got a burger place. But I've heard that the burger place might be being replaced with something else, but I can't remember what it is.
No, it's different on our Arvia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Than it is in Iona.
Food's great there, and a great alternative to go into the main dining room. The Keel and Cow is fabulous, but it's a pay-in restaurant, but you only pay for what you have.
Get to the club, Gary Barlow Club. What's it called? The 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven Club, yeah. 710 Club.
Yes, the 710
which is
Club.
Great. You have to put that on your app as well, but you get in there and see some entertainment.
Get to know your app on the P&O, because actually it can work very well. But if you are unsure about booking things, just go directly to the restaurants, because we've had cruises on Iona where the app didn't work so well, and we just went to the restaurants direct, and it got sorted very easily.
You've got this thing called virtual queuing.
Yeah.
So you might think, well, actually, let's go to the Keel and Cow. Or even if you want to go to the main dining room, you have to book it through the app. So you might go on the app, say, right, Keel and Cow. Oh, there's 35 people waiting. We'll let you know when the queue's gone down. Well, we did that. There was 35 people waiting. We walked to the Keel and Cow and walked up to the lectern, Hannibal Lectern, I think his name was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
There was about 3 people in there. And the waiter come across, well, can we have a table, mate? Yeah, of course you can. I said, well, it says there's 35 people waited. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So don't always just check for yourself.
So take what the app tells you with a pinch of salt.
If there's entertainment that you want to see in the lounge right at the back, that I always forget the name, there's a big lounge, which is a lovely lounge that leads out to that nice half bar. Make sure you get there early, because it gets very busy. So, because we missed out a couple of times, or we stood at the back, weren't we?
It's not no, not loads.
No, I can't think of the.
It's where they have the resident band on.
Yeah, and they have some really good entertainment. We've seen the really funny ventriloquists and different entertainment in there. Great ship, Iona, isn't it? I think it's have a fabulous time. Julian is asking, are Holland America excursions cheaper than Princess? I think they're on a par. I'm specifically thinking of Alaska cruise and stay in the future. I know Princess excursions are very expensive. Our excursions, when we went to Alaska, nearly added about £1,000 onto our cruise, because we wanted to do the whale watching, we wanted to do the Skagway Railway, and we wanted to do we did the lumberjack show, and what else did we do?
I don't know, but it was $1,200 that cost. I think we did like 4 excursions. What I've been led to believe is Holland America might have more access to Alaska than Princess has. Am I talking rubbish now, or? No,
they're both. Holland America's thing's been going the longest, but Princess and Holland America are the 2 key cruise lines that get sort of the best docking place because they've been going there for so long, or get access to Glacier Bay more than others.
Yeah. But if you want to do it, unfortunately, you do have
to pay.
You've got to bite
and
the
the sad thing about Alaska is if you don't book the excursions, we've had people that have gone on and said, well, I went there and I wanted to book it when I got there and it's sold out. So I think if you're spending a lot of money on a cruise anyway, I think you just need to budget that extra for those excursions. Otherwise, you're going to these places places, and you don't get out of it exactly what you want to
Yeah.
get out of it. So it isn't cheap.
It's not like flying to Spain. You think, well, I can do that again. It's one of them ones where it could be a one and done.
Yeah.
You know, whether it, I mean, I would go back in a heartbeat, but it's all down to budget, really. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But each excursion we did was fantastic, and we thoroughly recommend.
Was,
yeah, thoroughly recommend. And that's just answering the Back and Beyond. They did have Thatcher's on tap, but ran out when we were there, and then it was a similar cider alternative. They also had Lily's cider, which was different.
Oh, of course,
yes,
they had loads of different flavors. Yeah,
it's
all coming back to me now.
Yeah. So Florida and Lionel said, we're going with Fred Olsen for 50th anniversary. Is it worth telling the cruise line about it? Yes, when you book it, any cruise that you book, if you've got a celebration about anything, just let them know. Cruise lines years ago used to do a lot more than they do now. They don't tend to give free. But if you've got a special birthday, then let your travel agent know and let the cruise line know, because you just never know. You just never know. A Life in the Parks of Merlin need more ships. Yes, and one out of the UK, definitely. Julie said the ferry to Gozo is well worth, take a while on public bus, though you may have to stand coming back. Yeah, that was something that we really wanted to do, but just so Tomo saying you can give us a number of local plumber in Gloucester. How can I contact you? Just email us on Paul and Carole Love to Travel @gmail.com. So yes, do. Hi Tomo. We it's just really difficult at the moment, isn't it? We've just, every time we think we're getting somewhere, we just we just don't. So yes, thank you very much. Are we going for 2 hours this week? No, because it's football time, isn't it?
It's 8:15 kickoff.
What's the time now?
It's only 10 to 8. It's the kickoff's been pushed back by a quarter of an hour, so you've definitely got me.
Because
I don't know until 8:15, and then you can have Carole can stay as long as you like.
So, any tips on seasickness? Yes, pick your cabin wisely, because where your cabin is will have an impact on if you're prone to seasickness. You want to be center of the ship and the lowest down as possible. You don't want to be the back of front. And go prepared. So if you are prone for seasickness, make sure you take your tablets early. So if you are new to cruising, just take them before you actually get on the ship. And also, if you do get seasick, just apples, ginger, and lie down and just sleep.
Yeah.
And then get the medication in you, and you should be better. That's how I found. We rarely get seasick, but that's what I found was best when I was on Asmar around Australia.
But preemptive strikes are the way to go. Don't wait until you start. If you know that you're prone to seasickness, like Carole said, get up in the morning, take your tablets.
Yeah.
Don't wait until you start feeling it. As soon as you start feeling it, excuse the pun, that ship's sailed.
It has. So people are now asking, so is it 8 years old, your t-shirt?
No.
Is it 22 years old? Is it 20 years old? Is it 7 years old?
No.
Is it 23 years?
No.
Is it 15?
No.
Is it 30?
No, but he's the closest.
Oh.
Joe Capstan, 62.
Mark's in 15, Jet 63. No. So is there anyone that's just see? So I think that's all the questions. So actually we've got to give a shout out to all the answers. So it's to Richard.
I bought this. Oh, yes. I bought this shirt on our very first trip to Disney in Florida.
Yes.
In 1996.
1996.
I was 28 years old.
So it was the year after we met. So it was our first holiday together.
And obviously, because things have moved drastically, I can only imagine, because it still fits and it's, it's quite nice and long and what have you. It's not like my belly's exposed. But this also fitted me when I bought it in 1996. And I was slim and muscular. So obviously my chest and shoulders must have been a lot bigger then, and my belly a lot smaller. And now they've changed places.
Yes, I have. Oh.
You know that I'm sat next to you, I can hear you.
Oh dear. Right. So so Jay Gates asks, we're stopping in Westgate Premier Inn. Is it easy to unload your cases outside? I know the car park is around the back. Yeah, what we tend to do when we go to stay at the Moxie or the Premier Inn is Paul will drop me with the cases, then he goes and parks the car, and then jobs are good. Because you can walk. It's not too far, is it?
It's not too
but
far.
It's quite a bumpy surface. It's like that bumpy surface that you get by a supermarket, that to stop the trolleys. So it's not easy to drag your...
I'm pretty sure that the knobbly surface is for blind people, so they
Oh,
know
yeah,
when they're
yeah,
getting close to the
yeah,
coffin.
yes.
But yeah, so we'll just have when you come up to the roundabout and you got the West Quay sort of to the right of you, we turn left at the roundabout and we do a U-turn, and then we drop all the cases off, and then we go to the car park.
Yeah, exactly that. Tina's also saying about travel bans. We've got a whole post about seasickness on our website. Just Google Paul and Carole seasickness, and it should come up. So yeah, ginger nut biscuits. Never think to take ginger nut biscuits. So that's another. But anything with ginger, isn't it? You've got ginger sweets, etc. So Richard's here. He doesn't normally get to see the live, but I finished early today, so that's great to have you here. And Mandy was saying 1994, so you were.
She was 2 years out, so she was 2 years early, and Richard.
No, that's 1994.
Yeah, and it was 96.
Oh, yes. So that was close, wasn't it? Mark saying last week Paul wore a PNC polo shirt. If there's any writing on the back of it, no. The polo shirts have just got a logo on the front. The t-shirts have got right then on the back, but the polo shirts we thought were just a little bit more dressy. So literally just our logo on the front.
Yeah, and they're lovely, to be fair.
Yeah, and we've just been talking to Nicola about getting some different colours in because they're very popular. Paul's turquoise one, I just love him in it, and at the moment we've got turquoise and navy, but there's
everything else I wear she hates.
No, it's
she
not.
Just loves me in that turquoise.
But we do want to get more colours in because they are popular. And Life of the Park said, if you need any advice for Disneyland, please let us know. We'll do. We're looking forward to going back, aren't we? Yeah. So that should be really. JBM trying to say, have you done the Isle of Wight ferry? We have. We went over when we were staying at the Back of Beyond campsite. Yeah. So that was fine. Tony's here. Oh, Tony, love to see you, Tony. Hi, all from Melbourne. Join later, has just woken up. 0640 Thursday here. 33 days to my next cruise, Diamond Princess.
Ooh, so we got 2 people in from Melbourne.
I know, it's lovely. It's lovely. So thank you for joining us, Tony, and have a great cruise. Let's have a look on. So Mark's here. So hello to you both from Joanne in Orlando. So yes, talking about Disney.
Hello, Mark and Joanne.
So let's have a look. What's the cheapest cruise we've ever been on?
Well, it's one of Natalie Green's favourites, who's my niece who's in the chat. I think it was the CMV Marco Polo.
Yes. 3 nights to Belfast, wasn't it?
It was 3 nights to Belfast, and it was to Dublin. 3 nights to Dublin.
What did I just say?
Belfast.
Yes, we're going to Belfast this weekend.
And
no, Dublin,
I believe it was 199.
Yeah.
Was it 3 nights or 2 nights? I can't remember.
It was 3.
And then I properly
because we had overnight in Dublin, didn't we?
Properly got seasick on the way home.
Yeah, it was like a mill pond going over the Irish Sea, wasn't it? Coming back, it wasn't. So Natalie's saying, take me to Disneyland.
Well, there's only room for one other in me, Nat. So if you want to fight Carole,
but we definitely need to do organize a family return, because when we went, Natalie, and I'm sure you won't mind us saying, when we went to was that our second time?
When we went in 2003, my little boy, who's 6'5",
was only 7.
He was only 9 then. He was born in 94, I believe. Yeah, because he's 30 this year. And he was 9, and he was a royal pain in my behind.
Well, he wouldn't shut up.
No.
Yep.
So Nat had to administer a beating.
No. Oh, Natalie is our niece, and we all travelled with Paul's brother and Nat and Tommy, wouldn't it? We had such a good time. So hopefully we ought to do another family trip, because that'd be a lot of fun. Jill and Sandra on Queen Victoria on Sunday. Oh, enjoy. It's lovely. We love Cunard. So let's have a look. Gordon and Vicky are asking about your 360. Do you use the Insta Studio software first before importing into iMovie?
We don't import it into iMovie at all. There's an app.
Well, I do, to put it in the vlogs.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say. But all the editing's done. All you do then
so he's asking, when you edit, do you use the Insta Studio software? Which you do, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So Paul uses the app on his phone, the Insta Studio.
Oh, there you go. Al sent me a picture of all the
ciders. Anyway.
No, this is for who was asking. So if you can see all those bottles of cider there, that's all the different ciders that
At the
they
back of
have
Beyond.
at the back of Beyond campsite. So you ask, and we deliver sometimes.
So your app for your Insta360.
Yes. There's an app on the phone which you download, go to the App Store, download it, you sync it to your camera, and then I do all the editing in there, because obviously because it records everything, you have to decide where you want it facing. So I do all that process. But once you've downloaded it out of the app, you then can't do anything else with it, as where the camera points, zoom in, zoom out. You can't do any of that at all. Carole can shorten it or lengthen it, or you can zoom in, putting like a box around it and stuff. But
I can.
But
Paul sends me the file of what he's done
what
on
I've
the
done.
Insta360. So it edits it on its app. He sends it up to me then I upload it to iMovie in its finished state.
Yes.
And then I obviously then
But when
cut it down.
but when it's sent to iMovie, if it's facing there, and Carole said, "What I'm going to do with it facing there,"
he has to do it
I
again
have to
on the
redo
app.
it. So you
So
can't
hopefully
do
that's
it.
answered your
Yeah.
question. Yeah. Some people do edit on, because I know Cruiser Canucks, don't they? They tend to do their Insta360 on a laptop. So you can do it on a laptop, but Paul just does it on his phone, and it works well. Reese is asking, do you wish for it to be acceptable to walk around the ship in your slippers? Not just in the bathrobes and the slippers provided, but the ones you have from home? No. You see a lot of people walk around in that, don't you? So I think
I'm sorry, Reese, but I think people who walk around in slippers is just like, that's one step down from Crocs. And I think when you wear Crocs, it means you've just given up on life, really.
No, see, I really like Crocs. Paul's not a Croc fan. I got a good pair of gardening Crocs, haven't I?
Yes.
But yeah, you wouldn't find us walking around the ship in our bathrobe and slippers. I guess if you'd just been to the spa, maybe that would be. So if you want to just go to the spa and go to your cabin,
when you go to the
but
spa,
to actually walk around in pub, we've seen people in the buffet in their slippers and bathrobe.
When you go to the spa,
why?
There's a changing room in the spa. There is no reason for people to be walking around the ship in a house coat or a bathrobe or dressing gown, or whatever you want to call it. To me, especially when you're on a cruise line where only guests of a certain level get a house coat, it's almost like the people are saying, yes, can you guess what cabin I'm in? We don't care.
Right. So, Corinne said, am I forgiven for being late?
Oh, she was supposed to remind me at 8 o'clock to say hello to Corinne, because she said she'd be back at 8. And what time did she get? What time is it?
Where is Corinne's gone?
There it is. Oh, she was
around.
Yeah, 10 to. She got here 11 minutes to. So she was earlier than we anticipated.
JBM said to being a YouTube member, if you just want to press the join button, it won't automatically join you. You'll see all the perks on there, because then you have to go through to another page to join. So on our YouTube page, you'll see, just press that join and it'll tell you exactly the perks that you will have.
Can I say, if you want to join us on or be a YouTube member, that's great, and we really appreciate it. But we'd appreciate it more if you joined Patreon rather than YouTube.
Only because it's easier for us to communicate with people on Patreon.
That's why I said we prefer it.
And
it's no different. It's no different for the person involved. It's just easier for us.
Yes, YouTube membership is fine. You get the same perks. However, for us, it's because we don't. When someone joins YouTube, we just get a name. We don't get any way to contact you. So Kevin's shared the Seasickness post. So thank you so much. So let's have a look if we've got any more questions, because I'm conscious that it's overtime. You want to watch the football, aren't we? So let's
Richard Higgins, he's a man who knows.
Where's that? This is jumping about a bit. Where's Richard?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
There.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, see, I don't. Crocs are very comfortable for a lot of people, and there's.
I think everything's got a use. It's like when Carole says to me, "Right, should we go out and do some gardening?" And there's digging involved or cutting the grass or whatever, and she's got flip-flops on.
Yeah.
Now, there's a time and place for flip-flops. Doing gardening isn't one of them. But it's each to your own. In the privacy of your own home, wear what you like.
Yes, exactly. So let's have a look. If there's any more questions
But
before we go. So question, have you ever got the train from Gloucester to Southampton? It took 3 hours and many station stops and 2. Yeah, the reason we have looked at that in the previous, but there's too many stops, wasn't there? And we're not keen on going on a train with our luggage.
No.
So that's why we haven't done that. So let's see if there's any other question. And
there you go. Look, Kevin Austin for the chap who's asking about Patreon.
yeah, so just check it out there.
There's the Patreon link should you need it.
And Philip has just got here and we're just about to sign off.
Oh, sorry.
So thanks ever so much for everyone that's joined our live. It was a bit confusing because it's Wednesday instead of Thursday, but obviously we still want to do our lives weekly when we can. So thank you so much I didn't expect so many people here actually, because we're doing it on a Wednesday. So thank you so much. And we are back to our live next week on Thursday. So do join us then. We'll let you know how we get on with Johnny and Will in Bathhouse, because I'm sure it's going to be a real fun weekend. So thanks everyone. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'll just say,
I think
if anybody's got any recommendations of what I should drink while I'm in Ireland.
Anyway, right. So we're off, so Paul can watch the football, and we will speak to you very, very soon. Cheers all.
Didn't do